All right. So today we are talking about getting our crap together. And yes, there's a reason that word is in all caps. Chris, you want to talk a little bit about the creation process of this new acronym?
Yeah, so on the founders power up, we call it power up, which is basically our morning check-in or meeting. We have a thing called atoms. So it's essentially, so we touch base on all the most important things facing the business. And atoms is essentially accounting, technology, operations, marketing, and sales. And so we touch base on all 5 of those areas every single morning. We have subsets of what metrics and things we talk about in each one of those categories. So every day, no matter what, we have a pretty good idea of what's going on across the entire business. And I was realizing that on a lot of our marketing meetings, we will lose focus, primarily because I am part of that losing focus train. And it's great to lose focus here on Facebook Live because it's fun for you guys to watch. But sometimes during our meeting time, it would be best if we could knock out what's most important first, and then maybe go off the rails once we get through that. So using that concept, we essentially collaborated on what we wanted to call ours and what areas we wanted to talk about. So let me see if I can pull that up really quick. Just 1 second. All right. Can you see my screen? Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see it.
So these are kind of the areas that we started with. We're like, okay, well, every day we should probably talk about our content, our ads, our video, and our outreach. And so we just kind of had, we joked about avocado, couldn't really figure out how to make that acronym work. And then so what we did was we took each like area that we want to talk about every day and then just came up with these like synonyms for each area. We had to have content, no synonyms for content. We're called content cucumbers. So like that's just, a given. And so we just kind of collaborated on these ideas. And I think Sarah came up with the idea of calling it crap. And we also had card, cram, and crap. Yeah, crap. So crap was funny because we could say time to get our crap together. So that's what we went with. And this is our weekly crap check-in, and this is our daily crap check-in. And we kind of did a bit of this today, but tomorrow we'll be doing our first daily check-in. So tomorrow we'll be doing this, and then every Monday we'll be doing this. We'll go through this whole thing. So that's what we developed.
I feel like this is so on brand for us too, because I think one of the things we do most consistently is we take things that normally would be considered like some of the most just boring and mundane parts of the workday that couldn't possibly be fun, and then we make them super fun. So like our online office is literally structured to look and work like a video game, including little areas to play stuff like Tetris. And so it makes sense that our meetings would be like, hey, let's have like a funny acronym that kind of makes you smirk when you think about it. Like we're taking that thing that might be considered kind of boring or dull, and we're still finding ways to make it really fun and engaging. And that's a huge part of our brand.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Quinn,
I think that.
What was that?
I said, Quinn, Connor, what do you think?
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I mean, it's always nice taking something, like you said, mundane and giving it a little bit of flair, even if it's just in the name.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I don't know, it just helps you remember it, I think, because you want your work to be, I think, easy to digest, and to like allocate resources and time. And I think just like making things memorable, like the word crap being an acronym, that's pretty funny. But it also makes sense. Like you're getting your crap together, like we're getting work done. So I think that's just a great way for like the work culture to be like productive in a fun way.
I agree. Yeah, and I think I was really impressed with our ability to make systemization fun, like what Sarah was talking about. And like the best brands in the world, the brands who break out and become billion-dollar brands are the ones that nail systemization. Like I've definitely heard like high-level founders, and when they talk about stuff, they'll spend a lot of time on systems. So I think that's something that we're doing as well, starting to work on our systems more, but we're actually doing it in a way that's fun. So it's like it's a win-win, because it's like a good cultural thing and it's really fun, and also like it'll help the business ultimately be super successful.
Yeah, I think kind of giving it a fun acronym makes it more approachable. Like it's less intimidating. It's not like you better have your numbers because you have to do a report this time. Like
Yeah.
it's just more approachable.
Yeah, it's not like putting together a PowerPoint, like, oh crap, I gotta knock this out, I gotta get this done, I gotta have all the graphs up there. It's just like, okay, here's the stuff that we actually need to be going over consistently that's of value. And this way we don't have to really think about it. Like Connor was talking about it being really memorable. Like we don't have to think like, oh, okay, what are we going over today? What are we supposed to go over? I feel like we haven't talked about this in a really long time. You know, we don't have to waste that mental energy thinking about what we should be talking about. And instead we can just kind of review the acronym and be like, all right, let's get this done.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's great. It's perfect.
Also, like that just made me think, why don't people say ROI when they say ROI? I mean, it'd be more fun just to say ROI.
Well,
Yeah.
we do now.
We just did right there.
So where's Roy on this? And other people are like, who the hell is Roy?
And you're like, let's consult him.
Let's consult Roy about this.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Roy's our boy.
Roy's our boy.
Just post that on Instagram in a graphic. Absolutely no context.
Roy's our boy.
Right. I feel like a lot of marketers will immediately understand.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Roaz the spaz. Roy the boy.
Roy the boy.
Oh man. Just nothing but like taking mundane, I don't know how you do like cost per lead, CPL, CPQL. Those are so boring.
Yeah, that's not a name.
Cost per pre-qualified lead, CPPQL. It's like it's a little dry. It's important. I mean, we have got to talk about it, but there's got to be a more fun way to talk about that.
Yeah, there's got to be something better.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm sure we'll come up with something.
Yeah. We will.
Yeah.
We always do.
I was handed chips, so I apologize. When I get handed chips, I just have to eat them.
Understand
priorities. I get it.
They're
Those
sweet potato
priorities.
chips. They're really
Ooh.
good, and they're actually like moderately healthy.
Hey, look at you.
Moderately.
Moderately, of course.
Yeah. So this is really off topic now, but you talking about sweet potatoes reminded me. Have any of you guys used the microwave potato sacks? Are you familiar with these? They're my favorite thing ever.
Connor, you're gonna need to buy one of these.
Wait, what is this? What do you mean?
So my mom gave me one and I use it literally every day. It's literally like a little quilted pouch that's like this tall and this wide with a little slit on one side of it. Mine actually has a little embroidered potato on it. And what you do is you just put 1 or 2 potatoes in the bag, fold it over and microwave it for 5 or 6 minutes per potato. And then they come out perfectly soft and cooked through every single time.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
This is game changing.
I have used them to make mashed potatoes, potato like cubes to go with meals, like it's roasted, to pre-cook things, to then add seasoning on. Like it's magical.
This is incredible. It's so easy.
Yeah. Well, and especially I didn't realize how great they are because I didn't realize how hard it is to bake a potato until I tried making them without the sack. And I was like, why do they need to be in the oven for like an hour?
Yeah, it takes forever.
Why is this so time consuming? I just want carbs. Like that's all I want.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So, while we're on the food hacks topic, has anyone ever made ramen in a coffee maker before?
I have not
No.
heard.
What I used to do actually in high school was I would, when I came home from class, I would make myself a cup of coffee and a bowl of ramen and eat the ramen and drink the coffee, which is terrible. That is terrible. But I was training for college. I was training for the college diet. So
when we were in Sarah, my wife Sarah, not Sarah Reynolds, Sarah C, as we call her. Her in her dorm, she had this little coffee mate, and like you could take the filter thing out completely. So Like you just take the whole filter assembly out and then just put like a block of ramen in the bottom of the thing and then just turn on the hot water and you got yourself some ramen.
I gotta
That
say,
is
that's
amazing.
very smart.
I mean, it's like, well, we don't have access to a microwave and this is 15 cents. Isaac actually was also in college with us at the same time. And I do believe that that's when Isaac learned to eat ramen dry. He'll just eat ramen dry. Like he'll just eat it like a brick.
One of my roommates does that too. It's so weird.
Well, it's because like no microwave. And I don't think Isaac had a coffee maker. So I think it was just
Have
It's
y'all
so edible.
down the hatch.
Have you guys seen people will make salad with ramen and like crush it up and use it to add crunch to salads?
I've seen that.
Oh, like little croutons.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that's a thing. And I haven't decided yet if I think it's just like this really smart, innovative thing, or if I'm like, why can't we just have nice things?
I think that's kind of
Well,
clever. Like it
I
is.
just want a crouton.
It's
I've
low
also
budget.
heard break off a little bit of your ramen, cook the ramen, and then break up the crunchies on top, and it's like having like crackers with your noodles.
Oh my goodness, that's also. Do you guys add peanut butter to your ramen ever?
No.
Yeah, do that. It's like almost becomes like some weird pad thai. Like make the
Oh
ramen
yeah, that would make sense.
and
Okay.
then add peanut butter to it, and then it's like sticky and it's like it's thicker. So
Sticky and thicker. I
You
don't
know,
Yeah.
I have a good
know.
hack.
that's
for
not the
measuring
best way to
peanut butter.
describe ramen.
How do you
I have
measure
a
peanut
good
butter?
hack for measuring sticky foods.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you
Peanut
measure
butter.
peanut butter?
What's the hack?
When you're like scooping the peanut butter out so that it doesn't get stuck on like the spoon or the measuring cup, spray the inside with cooking spray first.
Mm.
It won't get stuck. And that works with like caramel, molasses, peanut butter, anything sticky.
That's
That's a
smart.
good idea.
My life.
I thought you were gonna say like just like use like tensile strength to determine the. I thought you were gonna go a different direction. I thought you were gonna do like a chemistry materials direction.
Yeah, the worst is whenever you have to
I don't
dunk
know
your
enough
like
chemistry for that.
your food into the peanut jar, but it's like there's not enough left, so you can't fit your hand into the jar.
Mm.
You have to scoop it out with a spoon, and now you have a dirty spoon you have to clean. And you're just like, I didn't want to have to add this extra layer of effort.
Well,
My
actually,
hack for that is when you're done scooping the peanut butter, you let the dog lick the peanut butter off the spoon, and
I don't have a dog.
have to stick
so one of
Yeah,
my
roommates.
first product designs was actually a second hand that was thinner than so like it,
Are you serious?
specifically no, I'm kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say.
freaking Pringles cans too.
Have you seen? Yeah. Have you seen that Eric Andre where he makes the glove for the ice cream?
Yes.
And he's like, I made this glove so that like that's the same idea.
It's like a
I made
glove
this
so your ice cream
tiny
melts on.
hand.
It's like this little
What if
tiny
you-
hand. Like you use your index finger and your thumb, and like you can squeeze it, and it like grasps things, and you can like dunk it in.
It's called like the peanut butter. I don't know, gripper. The peanut
the-
butter gripper.
Yeah, the PB and G,
Nice.
the peanut butter and gripper.
Only $29.99 when you order now.
Ouch, it's a bit
Oh
steep.
my gosh.
And
That's a lot of peanut butter. You could buy a lot of peanut butter with $29.99.
Because how much is peanut butter? Like $2.50 for a jar?
I would say
it depends on the brand.
I
Yeah.
get the bulk jars of store brand, and it's usually I want to say like $3.80 for 32 ounces or something like that. Maybe closer to 40 ounces.
Mm.
Wow.
I also do a lot of it though.
Yeah, I do eat a lot of peanut butter. So
If you order it in the pallet size, I think you can get it for 50 cents a jar.
that'd be just ridiculous to have that much.
Honestly, I might
It's
actually
$5,000. I mean, it's $5,000.
I saw you and I'm like, you're thinking about where am I going to put it in my house?
literally. I was like, you know what? I have a basement now. I could do
A
that.
skid of peanut butter.
I could get.
Just-
I use it a ton in like my little energy bite recipes, and PB&J is a great snack, and like Ink has a Kong, so we'll fill that with peanut butter if you
Yep.
time.
You have to get a lift gate though. It's a lift gate charge when it's residential delivery with a skid. I know because I have a company that does this. So
That sounds
Wait,
good.
how much would
Probably
it
extra
cost?
charge to bring it
Lift
into your
gate.
basement also.
I was gonna say
no lift gate. No, they're just gonna leave it on the side of the road, and it's up to you to You're gonna have to haul it in one box at a time. It's like that song by Johnny Cash, "One Piece at a Time." You know.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was
That's
thinking.
pretty much how you're gonna haul that peanut butter into your house. That's how people are hauling that silicone, because they just drop off like a skid of silicone, and they're usually contractors, so they have like, it's Bob and they have Joe there, and they're like, "Hey Joe, just get that stuff off that skid there."
Come on out here, Joe.
Joe. Actually, they do have the skid steers on the trucks usually, so they can at least like push it up your driveway for you, but they're not going to bring it in. The liftgate charge is usually like $60, but I don't know if they're going to actually give it to you for $60.
See, now I'm kind of curious though, is if
We can
with
run some freight
lower
quotes.
cost of buying it in bulk,
Oh,
would
it
it be
definitely is.
completely neutralized by the transportation costs, or would it just kind of
No.
even out, or would it still be cheaper?
Nah, let's do this. Hold on. Let's see. Peanut butter,
Mine was also money, so I need to
By
take
the
into account that.
a skid of, well, okay, but it's per ounce. We're going to do this per ounce.
Okay.
Okay, so you can get bulk smooth peanut butter in a 35-pound, 5-gallon tub for $50.
Okay. Oh,
So how much does that even out to per ounce? I'm looking up the cost per ounce of my normal peanut butter now.
What's 35 pounds into ounce?
So 35 times 16.
So 560. So it'd be 560 divided by 50. So no, that doesn't make any sense. 49.99 divided by 560. That's how you do it. So it would be 9 cents point. So it'd be 9.9 cents per ounce. So about.
Oh, that's actually more expensive than my normal peanut butter.
How much is your normal peanut butter?
9 cents per ounce. It's $3.55 for 40 ounces.
Oh, well, it's the same then. It's also 9 cents per ounce. So that's not cheaper. So let's
Well,
keep
it's not
moving here.
9%. Or it's not 9.9 cents. It's just 9 cents per ounce.
No, this is 8.9 cents, I think. Hold on. Let's look. Cheapest peanut butter we can find. So we're trying to, quantity discounts. I see. So if we get, what if we get 12 of these? What are they going to do for me?
I say that's the price to beat. Is 9 cents per ounce.
Oh yeah, we can totally beat that. Hold on, let's see. What if we? Well, I know that you can get 36 buckets easily onto a cart. What's my quantity discount? Really, 46 cents? So that lowered it, but not enough. Smooth peanut butter. All right, let's go back. We need a cheaper solution. Not cookie dough.
Yes.
Oh, here's a 50-pound bag in box, $134.9. No, it's not cheaper. What kind of peanut butter are you getting?
I usually get the Aldi, I think it must be their store brand. They do Peanut Delight creamy peanut butter in the 40-ounce tub.
Mm-hmm. 35. Well, that seems. Man, I guess it's just probably because the efficiency of how many things they pack. It's kind of like it's like the plastic bags thing. It's like, it's cheaper it's so much more effective to produce plastic bags than it is to produce paper bags, that when you include all the manufacturing process, plastic bags are actually better on carbon emissions than paper bags, even though the waste is terrible and the landfill is horrible. And that's the part where it really bites you in the ass. It might be a similar thing to that, where just like the cost of production is so low for those stupid little things. I'm sure. I'm looking up a skid of peanut butter, not really getting anywhere with that.
Bummer. I got so excited for a second there.
I'm sure someone is selling a pallet of peanut butter, like it's happening.
The logistics of peanut butter. A conversation with Chris Chastain.
Ooh, hang on. Wait, no, that's not cheaper either. I got excited because I saw a GFS ad for it.
Okay, I got a question. Crunchy or smooth?
Smooth.
Are you smooth as well, Quinn?
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
I'm whatever I can get in a skid, man.
Yeah, bro. I've been on that crunchy train lately. It's just something different about it.
I mean, it's whatever I can get in a skid.
My man is focused. He's focused on the skid. The funny thing is, they're the exact same size. The jars are the exact same size, so it's not like a quantity or thing.
I found I could get a skid of almond butter for 23 grand, but that's like, it's almond butter. That's some high quality stuff. I don't.
You say
need almond
23
butter.
grand?
Yeah, almond butter is expensive though. That seems about right.
That's a lot.
Very expensive.
Because it's like, I mean, it's like 5,000 pounds of almond butter though. I mean, come on. That's.
I found a pallet of peanut butter, but I think it's made for animal food.
Yeah, that's not useful.
So probably not like human food grade.
Maybe not. Maybe not that one.
Ink would be happy though.
That's
They're
very
like, this is all mine, and I know it.
Bulk peanut butter. How can
Yeah.
bulk peanut butter?
1,200 pounds of peanut butter.
One dog.
So is it in fluid ounces or is it in ounces? That actually does make a big difference.
I actually
in cost.
don't know.
I have no
Probably
idea.
ounces.
Well, where did you get the cost from?
For mine, hang on. I'll send you the link.
Okay,
Or
because
do you
fluid
want-
ounces and ounces are different. A lot different, actually.
Okay. Do you want me to,
Especially in something that thick.
do you want me to DM it to you somewhere? Or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
live or
We're gonna figure this out, and then I'm gonna run a freight quote. We're gonna figure out how much it would cost to get a pallet of peanut butter delivered, and I'll just make up some address in like Chicago, just somewhere in the Chicago area. And just pick some random address.
I just DM'd you my normal peanut butter of choice on Slack.
All right, let's check this out. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna figure this out.
So why crunchy peanut butter?
This was only like a recent revelation. I didn't have it until this year because I was always eating smooth peanut butter. But I think I realized that there's something almost like milk toasty, like just kind of like boring about PB&J. And I realized it was the texture. Like it's just there's not a lot going on. It's kind of like this even texture to me. And so when you add the crunch, it's just like it's this whole new world where it like I don't know, it adds so much because when you start thinking about it, texture is really important to food.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I still like buy both. Like I always have a jar of crunch and a jar of smooth peanut butter, just depending on how I feel. But sometimes I'm kind of feeling like exciting. So
See, the crunchy peanut butter bugs me because I feel like a little bit of a like sliver of peanut always gets stuck between my teeth. So unless I plan on flossing immediately after, I'll get kind of frustrated by that.
that is frustrating. Yeah. So do you like your peanut butter like on the sweeter side?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't either.
No,
Yeah.
I prefer sugar to be as low on the ingredients list as possible.
Yeah, I
If
prefer
I
like
wanted
that,
to
the nutty.
peanut butter, I would just get Reese's.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer like on the nuttier side rather than tasting like candy because it just makes me feel sick if it tastes too sweet. But you're right. Candy peanut butter is a completely different world. Like that's a completely different breed of peanut butter, like the one you find at Reese's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though, they got those Reese Christmas trees.
Those are good.
Those are classics. Yeah. So what kind of jelly then? What kind of jelly? Just grape jelly?
Strawberry.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think strawberry is my favorite. I think
I have yet to meet a jelly that I didn't like.
that's true.
That's true.
That is so true. Jelly's just amazing. The best is when like you go to like a little farmer's market and they have like their own handmade jelly. It's just like a labor of love. It just tastes amazing.
I used to love when we go actually out kind of, I don't think it's right where you're at in the suburbs, but like into like Amish country and get their jam. It was so good.
Yeah, farmers market jam is a totally different experience than grocery store stuff.
Yeah, it's usually it's way different. You're right. It's a completely different breed.
Yeah, we had some red. It was some red berry. I don't remember what berry it was, but I had some like farmers market preserves level jam, and I'm gonna need to get that again because after that, the store-bought jelly just can't quite measure up. But I feel like you gotta have both though. You gotta have like the super cheap grape or strawberry jelly that's for when you're on like a nostalgia kick, and then the like bougie farmers market jam for when you're feeling like a sophisticated PB&J.
Yes, I like the sophisticated PB&J. My one of my neighbors a couple years ago, I'll never forget what he said. He literally told me, he said, Connor, whenever you go grocery shopping, try to save money on everything, but never sell yourself short on the bread. Because you use bread so often, like you might as well make sure that's tasting good. So, and I've stuck by that. Like I always get like really nice bread because I eat so much of it. Like it would drive me up the wall if I couldn't have some quality bread, some real quality.
Well, you gotta know what's worth it to splurge on. Like for me, I will always splurge on the ice cream. I'm not gonna get the cheap by the gallon vanilla. I would rather have like a quarter cup of really, really, really good ice cream than a gallon of ice cream where I'm like, it could have been better.
Yeah.
Like there's some things that are worth the splurge, but like chicken breasts, I'm not gonna be able to taste the difference if that's name brand or store brand. Like that's not gonna do anything.
Especially if you season it right. Like it's gonna taste really good if you just put seasoning on it.
Yeah, season well, salt in advance, all that jazz.
Yep. Salt in advance. That's an interesting thing. I learned the other day that like I read it somewhere online that said about garlic. Like if you want the flavor of garlic to be more potent in your recipe, you should put it in earlier. I didn't know that. Like the sooner you put garlic in, the stronger it's gonna taste.
Yep.
Which makes sense, but like.
Yeah, I mean it's the same concept as a marinade, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know a lot about cooking, so it's nice to learn things like that from time to time.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I just remember the first time I salted meat in advance and was like, holy crap. Like, because salt is cheap. Like, of all of the things you use in your kitchen, you can get so much salt for so little money, but it can make the cheapest meat you can find in the clearance aisle of your grocery store taste like it was cooked really, really well.
Yeah, I agree completely. Salt is the quintessential ingredient in any recipe. Like it's hard to think of a recipe where you don't use salt. Like
there should not be a recipe where you're not using salt.
Unless it's like a
salad.
Yeah, if it's like salad or something.
Even that, like
a dressing.
A little flaky salt can be nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, that could be good.
Well,
you guys put a ranch on your pizza?
You put ranch on your pizza? With some Midwestern crap if I've ever heard of it.
I will occasionally, like if I'm having a chicken bacon ranch pizza and ranch is the sauce, like that is delicious. But I'm not going to add ranch to an already complete pizza.
Oh no, I grew up thinking like that everybody had ranch as like a side to pizza. Like I didn't realize that wasn't normal.
It should be normal.
That is
normalize it.
Legalize ranch.
Legalize ranch, bro. Ranch up.
All right. How's the peanut butter quest going?
It looks like I'm starting a peanut butter bulk selling company because there's no one out there that's doing this. If I were a restaurateur looking for peanut butter, I'd be like, this is bullshit. Why is it more expensive to buy peanut butter in bulk than it is just to go over to, I think the cheapest I found was Sam's Club.
Sam's Club is always cheap. You got such an entrepreneurial mind. Like this is your next big setup. The peanut butter
I'm not
world.
gonna do that. I would just like find someone who's doing this and like sell them a big commerce account and be like, here, do this.
Yeah, I'd be like, do this instead. Do this for
And
me.
it's like this in the packaging industry too. Like I remember trying to private label K-cups when those were big. That was like one of my very first business ideas. Like this has been almost a decade ago. And there's this little coffee shop down the street, and I thought it would be super cool if that local coffee shop had their own branded K-cups. So I was trying to find K-cup suppliers and like the foilers and all that to make them. And I was just gonna like brand I was just gonna buy their coffee and go ahead and package it in K-cups and then show them and be like, hey, I'll do this for you for whatever. But finding the suppliers was so hard. I remember like I finally found the K-cup plastic supplier in China, and it was like the minimum order quantity was 1 million of them.
What?
Wow.
And and it was just like, I don't need 1 million. I need like 12.
That's so many.
It was so many, but I think it was like, I don't know, 3 cents a piece or something, but still 30 grand. I mean,
Yeah, that is no
plus
small.
shipping.
Yeah.
And that
Plus
didn't include the foils, which I had to then get private labeled from someone, which I needed to do the foils in the US because it'd just be too much of a delay and I couldn't find anyone to do that. And then I needed a foil machine. And then I remember I was starting another business by the time I went to Pack Expo and like met the people who did all the supplies. I was like, dang it. But by then K-cups weren't a big thing. It's not as popular anymore than it used to be. So
That is interesting though.
it's my first business idea. It didn't get very far.
You tried your best.
It sounds like you learned a lot in the process too.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, B2B e-commerce is probably the most underserved market and will probably be as valuable as the consumer the consumer e-commerce market in the next 10 years. I mean, we still get people ordering silicone sealants by fax. Like they fax us their purchase orders. And these are major Fortune 500 companies. I mean, these are big companies. And like, you're like, well, you can order it on our website. They're like, what's that? You know, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's like Amazon. They're like, Amazon. We're buying products? No, I'll just fax you a PO. Like, what are you talking about? We're not home. Like, this is not Amazon. What are you talking about, Amazon? I'm buying some materials here for a project. I'm like, yeah, I know. You can buy it online. I was like, no. It's a fax you a PO. That's what we do. It's like, it's so surprising to me that they're just so ancient in the way they do their
That
stuff.
is interesting. I wonder why.
We did a blog post on that a while ago. I think it was focused more on the kind of like medical and health industry because I remember it talking about some privacy concerns, but we definitely did a blog post about why people still use fax machines. Here, I'll post a link of it in the comments to this live. So if you want to read it, it'll be in a comment below.
Yeah. People are under the impression that fax is more secure, but it's not that much more secure, unfortunately. But it is so old that no one's like working on hacking phone lines anymore. Like, I mean, it's easy to do. Like you just listen into the phone line wherever the receiving end on the line is and listen to the tones and just have a fax machine sitting there. I mean, but no one's doing that anymore. So it's probably
the secrets of the industry.
It's probably secure now because it's so ancient. It's like having an XP computer. It's safe again because no one's hacking XP machines.
You should get a fax machine.
You should get basic. You should get a soft, get one of those, like, remember the computer we made the 80s thing on, the IBM Pipe Master 5000 or whatever it's called?
Yes. That's so sick.
Remember the codes? It has like the little basic codes, like in order to get it to respond, like you had to like type in like your lines of code and then it would start doing and it had
like instructions.
it had like a flip guide because there's no internet at this time. So there's a flip guide on how to like interface with the device. Could you imagine if your phone had like a flip guide on the back of like to start your phone, like like a physical paper flip guide? That was like that was an IBM like personal computer.
Yeah, that thing was like a piece of history.
Yeah.
Like the cobwebs are on it.
We should get it all set up and working again.
That would be really cool. That'd be really cool.
Write a blog, like do a charity giveaway, and like whoever wins the giveaway will write one blog for you using that machine, and like we'll live stream the writer writing it on the machine.
I like that idea.
Well,
So,
on
like,
that happy note, we do need to wrap this up. So it's been real, but I think that was a really awesome preview for our Facebook Live audience. And maybe we can talk more about that computer next week.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Facebook, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.
Bye.